Because if you're a carpenter and running your own business, especially in the early days, have you found it really hard to consistently keep that flow of work going through for you guys? Yeah, it seems like you got too much work and then not enough work. You know why? You haven't systemized your quoting. It seems overly simple, but let me show you this. This is how I figured it out with mine. You are picking up work, quoting, you pick up all this work. Right at the peak, what happens? Your clients are calling you, everything's going pear-shaped, things are going wrong. So what do? You spend all your time on site, driving between sites, solving problems, talking to clients. You're there from an hour before you guys start to see what's going on because your client yelled at you about this site yesterday. So you've gone there early, checked it out, talked to them next, you're flat out on site, working big hours, working Saturdays, trying to catch up. Sometimes I used to be on site on Sundays to catch up. What's happening in that time? Well, when you go home, firstly, you're exhausted. Secondly, there's other stuff I've got to put in that variation. You've asked me to quote this little bit extra. I've got all these admin tasks to do. I don't have time to quote. So you don't quote because you're too busy on site with all the work that you've won. So eventually you get over this hump. And what happens? You start to drop off, right? Usually around about here, I panicked. Crap! I'm going to run out of work. I've got all these guys and I need to keep them busy. I don't want to lose them. What am I going to do? So at this point, right, while we're declining, I went and quoted like mad, into the office. Ignore the sites. Quote like crazy. We've got to win work, right? So what happens? You put in all these quotes into the field and eventually you start to win some. Not enough to stop you quoting, but when you get to that panic point again, about there, you're like, oh, thank God. I was worried for a while there. But guess what happens? Because you put all those quotes in the field, some of them take a while to make decisions. So you've been quoting like mad for all this time, and suddenly you win so much work that you can't see behind my head again. But it's back to here. Back to the crap. Got too much work, not enough guys, clients are yelling and screaming, they want more, I've overpromised, I'm under-delivering, I'm panicked, I'm working too many hours, I don't have any time to quote. That literally is what happened for me for ages. Like I just repeated that cycle. It was when I was on site with too much work to do, I didn't have time to quote, so the work then dropped off because there's a lead time between when I quote and when I get the work. It's normal, but until you realize that and you go, I need to have a process to get my quotes coming in consistently. But then who do I get to do them if it's not me? Well, that's what we're going to show you. How you can train someone who hasn't got carpentry experience to quote for you, right? To use a systemized process because they only really need to do the grunt work. If they understand enough of the process, if you can train them in it, and by doing that, you record it, because this is like this, right? They're going to do it on a computer. You're watching this on a screen right now. You're going to record the takeoffs and the training that you do. You can put a freaking headset on with a microphone if you want. Take a video, put your head in the top little corner while you're doing it. Guess what? They can sit there and watch it, ask you questions later. Okay? They can then start quoting. If they can do all of the takeoffs for you, get all of the quantities, that's all they do, bang, there's 90% of your job done. You'd also get them to present it, he's professionally lay it out, type it up in a Word document in a way that's way more professional than you could do it, not because you can't do it, because you don't have freaking time. If they can lay it out and make it look amazing, you come in and all you have to do is check over their takeoffs. What did you guys miss? Like, it takes a fraction of the time because you don't have to do all that boring grunt work, right? You figure out what walls are where, what types of cladding are where, bang, check. Yep, hang on, what's this? You missed that bit there. You'll start to know what to look for. It makes life so much easier. That's what we teach you. Because when you can scale it without using high cost people and without using you, that's when your business grows. Quoting is the key to growth, right? It is your sales and marketing engine. If you can sell more work, you have got more dollars worth of work to do. You've got more guys. Yeah, you're going to need more staff. That's how you grow a business. Is through this boring bit that you almost never can outsource. You can outsource your admin, your payroll, all that crap because it's easy. It's so similar to every other business. This is the bit that honestly sits on the shoulders of most carpentry business owners, most trade business owners. But as a chippy myself, I know that this is it was the hardest thing for me to crack the nut of going, how do I do it? We've got that system. If you're not, jump in, whack your details in. We'll show you the emails. This is expressions of interest. We're going to see if enough people are interested in just running this 3-day seminar. If they are, awesome, we'll run it. You can go and have a look at all the stuff we're going to cover. There's a much longer video. Let us know. I hope to see you there.